What's up, gamers? How's it going? Welcome in, everybody. I would like to apologize for the late stream once again. I was very, very tired. You had some ideas? Oh, yeah? Yeah, what's up? Yeah, welcome in, Oshik. Top Dog Ham. How's it going? Start in just a minute. With the offline money, is there any way to earn it while you don't have the window open? For lured in? Yeah, because that's what I've got set up right now. Whenever you have it closed, and then reopen the game window, it'll still be making money in the background. That's the whole idle part of the game, right? So. Yeah. Tired. I don't know why I've been so tired. No idea. You're playing Laird a lot today? Okay, nice. Yeah, I should have like prompted you if you go back into the game. It should say like, "Welcome back. You earned this amount of money." Or if you didn't have your, if you didn't buy the tip jar yet, then it won't do it. I don't think. It probably does. I hope it does. Hey, Zafencer, welcome in. How's it going? Yeah, I saw your little issue on Minecraft. I can try and teleport you to another spot, but you have to be on the server for me to teleport you. So, if you want to try to join the server or something. Oh, you fix it? Okay. What was going on? I know you guys want to do the, dragon now. So you started Minecraft like 3 times? Okay, well that works then. Interesting. Hey, 4-star Yelp review, welcome in. How's it going? When we were last on the server, by the way, it's been a while. I don't know. With all the stuff that went down, you know, I was just like, man, this is kind of frustrating now. Having to fix all the corruption and everything. I'm just like, I don't know. But anyways, let's see. I don't know what language that is. It is Cyrillic. I don't know if it's Ukrainian or Russian. I can't read it though. Oh, and I dragged the NPCs around. They're still in their walk animation. They shouldn't be. I did have that issue a long time ago, but pretty sure we fixed it. We can go ahead and take a look at what's going on here. Getting the train network pretty spread out. Nice. Oh yeah, I gotta get rid of all those. Oh yeah, we're trying to get the menus closing in the background, so that's something that I need to do over in here. I still don't know what is back here that's like blocking this from getting unhandled input. Cause I get rid of the capstone, but it still doesn't get any unhandled input, so I don't know what is causing it. It's not the weather box. It's not any of that. It's not the mini games because they're invisible. So there shouldn't be anything. Unless what's happening is that the rain back here is set to, like, capture input. I mean, it's set to ignore on all that stuff. So I don't think it's that. I just don't see what else it could be. Like, maybe the clouds, I guess? But that's also set to ignore. So, I really don't know. Like, input. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think anything else can capture input. Like, maybe the issue is I just have to completely... Like, let's set this to top left. Save the game. Close it. Then go back in. See if this works. Because I think I have a script set up in the fishing region that's, like, checking for unhandled input. Let's go see. Right here. And what's interesting is you can see it works in the main menu. Even though that has the fishing region down there, right? There's something that's a little peculiar to me. If I can close out of that, you can see it printing down there. It's printing those two events, right? So it's working. Though whenever I go into somewhere like this, it doesn't work anymore. My game is also incredibly laggy. I don't know why. Whoa. Just my whole computer? No, there's some weird lag going on here. But what is happening? We had a 2-second frame time. Okay, audio and script is pretty normal, so I think it's just my computer. Wacky. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it doesn't work. It's a little frustrating. Character customization to speak? Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I need to add more stuff to that eventually. I've got some ideas. What is blocking? Excuse me. Our input. I just don't know. Like, that has its own layer. I don't think it's anything in global UI. I wish I could just see what is receiving the input event. Like, there's a way to do that. Print. Get node. Grabbing input. Input handling. Right, unhandled input event. So, right, like it should be fine. I just wish I could see what node is taking the input, right? I'm just not sure. There's an echo. Yeah, it's just annoying. I don't know. Like, is there a node there that is taking my input? And I just can't see it? Because I can click here and we can see it shows me this node. Which is... I'm pretty sure the cloud layer. Yeah. So, like... I mean, the clouds are... I don't think they're actually taking input, though, because I have mouse set to ignore. But just for fun, we can set size to 0 temporarily. And I want to see what that does. So maybe it is taking input. But then why wouldn't it do it on the main menu? That's the thing to me that's a little weird. right? Because it works here. At least it used to. Oh, hold on, I'm stupid. Right? But then it's only when I actually go in here, it just doesn't work anymore. So it's obviously not this. I don't know, this is quite puzzling. Huh? It's not the God Ray. I don't think. Unless it is. But mouse is set to ignore and everything, so can't be. Okay, what do I add in that's new here? So on the other one, I'm adding in the whole fishing region, aren't I? Or am I just adding in like one part of it? Let me go look at the main menu here. Where do I even do that? Yeah, it's nowhere in there. Because I'm pretty sure what I do is I don't add in the whole fishing region. Yes, I do. But I thought I'd just add in, like, if we go to, like, the pond or whatever, right? Just this. Just, like, the map. But I guess I have to do all of this stuff because it processes the world and stuff and does the rain and the weather effects, so I gotta be using this somehow. There is like some stuff I think I do at the beginning. So right here, I say if we're the main menu, I say main menu is true. And I just make the canvas layer invisible. So like, it really does make me think it's gotta be something in this canvas layer that's doing it, right? I don't know what. Because the effects layer is still visible too, right? But what node? It's not the cast zone because it's tiny. Unless it's not for some reason. I don't know. Let's load it up again. Maybe it like reset its size. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe I just need to delete this node for a minute and actually test it for real. I'm not sure. Hey, Simplink, welcome in. How's it going? Like, hiding it doesn't do anything. Hiding the whole canvas layer doesn't do anything. Which, I'm just like... So I don't know if hiding actually means anything. I mean, I was pretty sure that if you hid a zone... if you hit a canvas layer, it would stop working. But maybe that's not true. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty frustrating. Trying to get this figured out. This doesn't work. But why? Check input mode for the canvas layers. Like specifically in the canvas layer, or do you mean like all of these? Because all these are set to... This one's set to pass now, but... I have them all set to ignore. Right, it doesn't change anything. So it's just, it's strange. Like, I don't know why it doesn't work. And I wish I could just, like, check and see what node is receiving the input. Right? I could set up some fancy signaling stuff, I guess. Simulation found out pass didn't really work. Yeah, I have a feeling that I need to just cut this node altogether. Like, restart the game. Yeah, it's harder by hard drive. Yeah, it kind of sucks, but oh well. I don't think I lost anything super critical. Most of what I had on there was games, I believe. So I don't think it was anything super crazy. I did have that backup from 2020, so like all the really old stuff is still there. Because right after that point when I made that backup, I just kind of used it as just a game drive, and then everything I did was on my main SSD. So there wasn't anything like super important on there. Yeah, it's still not working even with the node completely removed. Yeah, I might have lost some Factorio saves, which really sucks, but it's fine. I'll just make a new game. Any of my important saves, though, are on my C drive, so it's fine. I've since moved it over there. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. This is a little frustrating. So for anyone that doesn't know what's going on right now, basically, I'm supposed to be getting this unhandled input event happening, right? But for some reason, it just doesn't work. Which means that somehow the input is being handled, right? But I don't know where or how. Oh, it got rid of the signals on this guy. That's annoying. But yeah, it's very frustrating. I'm trying to figure it out, and I don't know what's going on. So, it should be printing stuff out. Have it set to do unhandled input. And like, unless what's happening is that like global is handling the inputs or something first. But that shouldn't be happening. I'll make sure. But I don't think that's how that works. Like, unhandled input, I think, happens on all the nodes. So, I don't know, guys. Hey, David Huffman. Welcome in. How's it going? Okay. Yeah, I gotta keep trying to figure this out because it's very difficult. I want to like just make it so it gets unhandled input when there's no UI in front of it, because then I can, you know, simplify our scene tree and just make everything better. Because you can see down there, look, boom, unhandled input. I don't know why my computer's lagging so bad. I think it's because I'm doing my transfer. I guess maybe it is affecting my computer. Let me close my server. Yeah, just nothing. Oh, what was that? What? It's like sometimes I can get input. Okay, scrolling my mouse wheel is giving me input for some reason, but not moving my mouse or clicking the mouse. So that's cool. But why? Right, I can scroll the mouse wheel and it works. That's not what I want. What else can we do here to fix this? I really don't know what's going on. Because even if I completely hide the canvas layer, it just doesn't work. Is there some other kind of node in here that's blocking it? Any kind of control node? It's not the clouds. Is it something... But like, why only here? I don't get it. Because everywhere, like in the main menu, when I spawn in this exact same scene, it just doesn't work, right? I'm making the player and the canvas layer invisible. Right? And like, that's pretty much the only thing I do. That's like the only difference. And the other stuff's just checking, you know, whether it's, not minigame, main menu. I don't know. Yes, it's a little frustrating. Where even is my code to check whether I'm like processing stuff? Because I have process world. That like does all the world effects and stuff. Random cast point. I thought I like ended it early. Okay, yeah, right here. If main menu. So it's not going to run any of this code. So maybe there's something in here that's causing issues, right? I don't think it's input active. It's probably not anything in calculate casting. Like, it's just normal minor stuff happening in here. Progress bar stuff, blah, blah, blah. So, like, I don't get it. What am I doing wrong? It should be detecting my mouse moving and clicking, but it just doesn't. Maybe there's some kind of, like, global UI thing that's in front of everything. Like, I know we have the transition color rect, but that's set to ignore on the mouse. It's not that one. Tank container? Like, maybe? My game would stop lagging. Yeah, I have no idea. So, am I multitasking too much? Yeah. It's difficult, I feel it. Oh, unless the cursor node or something is like... That would be so silly. No. That should not be set to that anyways. Neither should this one. That would be insane if this is what was causing it.
Hey,
that
boss.
also happens on...
My favorite streamer. The man. The myth. The legend. The best game dev. The best streamer. The GOAT. The master of pixel art.
I can't click anything.
The Pixel King. How are you?
I'm doing good, but just trying to figure out this garbage that doesn't work. It doesn't let me click anything now, so something's definitely weird here. Thank you. I just can't click anything now. So, okay. It's gotta be the cloud layer or something. I set the mouse to ignore, though. What? Okay, it's not the clouds. Why can't I click any UI? Oh, God. I really don't know what's going on now. Great. Fantastic. Thank you for the cheese time something. Yeah, there's something wacky with the canvas layers right now. So everything's normal. Then I go into here. And now I can click on stuff and do things. I don't know what that was all about. Yo, Ezra, thanks so much for the raid. We are in the middle of the cheese ocean. So, my apologies. But what's going on? Yeah, don't worry about it. It's just some cheese. It's nothing.
So much cheese, So much cheese. So much cheese.
Yeah, we're gonna enable the little screen so you can see what I'm doing.
So much cheese.
But yeah, what were we up to today in your stream? How's it been going? I gotta run. Yeah, sounds good. Just finish up Content Polish Pass for the end of the month. Nice, nice. Sounds good. Thanks for coming in. Have a good rest of your day. Man. I don't know what to do about this. It's very frustrating. I can just keep getting rid of all the nodes that could potentially be. So now it's saying it's the transition on the global UI. Which doesn't make any sense, but thank you for the hydrate. You guys can't see them doing it, but I am. What is it saying? Cursor bubbles. Oh, God. The bubbles is not even a control node. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know, guys. We just fed a whole country of trees. I think so, yeah. Come on, cheese. Go away. I'm tired of it. Go away, cheese. Thank you for the hydrate, Adagon. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. Wet cheese, yeah. What node is taking my input? Really don't know. It's so annoying. I can't determine what node it is. So Master Agent, Miyazaki, thank you so much for the follow. Oh yeah, I should put the cheese screen below the overlay. I realized, oops, I put it inside of it. Come on. Let me put it underneath. Oh my god, it keeps putting it into the overlay. Oh, thank god. Okay. Boom. Finally. Oh, but it's gotta go above the overlay because it's the cheese. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Need more cheese. You guys don't need any more cheese. What other node could be blocking it? I don't get it. I don't understand, because the main menu doesn't have the issue. You can see it's like showing the thing and everything is fine. But then specifically when I travel somewhere, it doesn't work anymore. And I just don't know why. I don't get it, guys. I can scroll. Is it like something where unhandled input, like if I'm getting input via the input thing in here, like, is that what's happening or something? Where it now counts as a handled input event, right? Because I'm checking like if it's been pressed and stuff. I'm just gonna, before I calculate casting, I'm just gonna return and see. Because maybe it is something like that where it's like if I'm manually checking input, then it'll not do unhandled input anymore. Great. God, my computer is so slow. I know it's because of the transfer I'm doing, but I have to do it. So. Oh, like the Godot potion bag? Yeah. Should I make poisonous mushrooms for my game next as an obstacle? You could. Whenever I think about adding in something, I think of like, what does it do to like enhance the gameplay, right? So, like, if you can think of a good reason to have a poisonous mushroom, then I would say go for it. Yeah, that still doesn't work or do anything. So it's not calculate casting that's causing the issue. I guess we can just keep, like, you know, returning and seeing if one of these things does it. This one doesn't do anything. So it's not anything. Right? Because I could return at the very beginning of process and it doesn't matter. Great. So it's not the process event. What else is different? The only other thing I can think of is that there's another canvas layer added in the main menu. I also set this canvas layer to be invisible, but doing that doesn't do anything here either, so maybe it's because it has to have another canvas layer above. Let me hide all these minigames. They should be invisible by default anyways, but maybe it's the bottom bar. Maybe it's the weather node. See, it's nothing inside of this canvas layer. And, like, the effects layer is still going to be here, so that's fine. Maybe it's because I need to actually set it to be invisible. But that doesn't do anything. Whatever. I'm kind of just at the point where I'll just... whatever. Screw it. Do it manually. Because I don't know what else to do now. Yeah, no idea. I'm just going to check manually on that color rect I have to close the UI and just duplicate the code, because I don't know what else to do. So, yeah, we're going to hook up all the signals again. So I want to check for mouse entered. And mouse exited. Alright, so on mouse entered, I'm just gonna have another variable var, BG hovered or something. Hovered is true. Hovered is false. 700 line script is wild. I've got many, many more where that comes from. There's nothing. All right, so we've got this now. Now what I can check is just over in the process event. And I only want this really to happen, apparently not for the main menu, so I guess I'll put it in calculate casting. So otherwise, if that's not active, I'm just going to check, is action just pressed? Click right. And BG hovered. Then I want to go ahead and say global dot if UI manager dot active menu UI manager dot toggle escape menu. Oh, and it's not click right, it's just click left. So this should work. It's really dumb that I have to duplicate this code. Like, I don't know why. I don't know what node is capturing the input. It's so annoying. But it is what it is. Because it works on the main menu. But just here, it doesn't work. So I have this, right? And I can click out of it now. Apparently not. I don't know why I can't click out of it. I also can't cast. Oh, it's because I didn't set the casting zone back to the normal size. Oopsies. If my computer would not be frozen, I could actually do stuff. That'd be really cool. Oh, man. Okay. layout, full rect. Resave it. And then for mouse, we want to not set it to ignore anymore. Because it should now be stop. Also, what happened to your drive? It just failed randomly. I looked in there and like the heads were just mangled beyond anything. I was like, oh my god, this is insane. How did this even happen? So I noticed there's like a little crack. I talked about it on the Discord server. Go into that. That was in general. But yeah, there was like the two cracks on like, this is like a little like track that holds the heads in position, right? When it's in like the home spot, and there's two cracks here, and I'm pretty sure what probably happened is that the heads like went rammed into the cracks and just completely destroyed themselves. It's either that or the heads being destroyed caused the cracks, but I don't know how these would get cracked by the heads because they're just kind of smoothly going over. But you can see the heads. I mean, look at those freaking things. They are destroyed. They're gnarly. So, yeah, Seagate grade plastic, exactly. Seagate freaking sucks, dude. Well, there's nothing I can do. So, luckily I made a backup of that drive a while ago in 2020, right when I was like swapping over from using that drive as my main drive to my SSD. So I had like most of my really old files and stuff backed up already, so everything was okay. After that point, when I made the SSD swap, I mostly was just using it for like a game drive, so I lost a bunch of like game saves and stuff, and maybe a couple of files, but I have probably the majority of what like I had on there that was important at least. So it is frustrating, but it is what it is. God, my computer's so laggy though. You can see it just stuttering like crazy. I don't know why that transfer would make it run so bad. It just seems a little strange. I mean, you can see that it's like constantly at 100% on the USB drive. It's so slow, man. It's like 500 kilobytes a second. It's so bad. You know, meanwhile, SSDs are like freaking, what, 7,000 megabytes a second or something? It's like insane. It's not even being used at all, so it's not going to show it, but yeah. USB. Part of me wants to just like crack open the case because it's probably just a normal hard drive in there, and I could just like plug it into SATA. Maybe I will. But anyways, so not going to try moving the disks to the donor drive. Well, the thing is, like everything else inside of the enclosure is working. The bearing is fine, right? And so pretty much the only thing that must be wrong is something either with the service area on the disks or with the heads of the drive. And since I replaced the heads and that wasn't working, there's kind of nothing else I can check, right? So it could. I also tried swapping like the circuit board, you know, just to check if it was like a power thing, and then that didn't work. So, so yeah, really, there's nothing else I can do unless I had like some super expensive, you know, $10,000 PC 3000 software to rebuild the service area, which I'm not gonna. You know, it's not like I'm not gonna spend that much money on it. It's too much money. It would cost, if I sent it in for like professional data recovery, it would cost me probably $2,000 at least, right? So it's kind of just one of those things where I'm just like, whatever, it's not really worth it then. Which is too bad, but it is what it is. But it's fine. I'm glad that I had that backup because I think it's like the majority of you know, what I needed. So it's not a huge deal, I think. It's unfortunate and it's frustrating and annoying, but it's recoverable. I will survive. Welcome in, Destin. Always back up to the cloud at the end of the day. Yeah, in addition to each checkpoint to GitHub. Yeah. I didn't have anything like critical on there. I didn't have like lured in on that drive or something. That would be really bad. But I since got Backblaze, and that's been good. So, oh, is it actually finally backing up the files from my drive? That could be part of why I'm getting like lag spikes. I think it is backing up all that stuff, is it? Yeah, it's actually finally backing up that external drive. Okay, so I don't really need to do this fast copy transfer anymore. I'm just gonna cancel it. I've already done 184 gigs, but it's fine. Yeah, stop. Okay. Well, it's good to know that's finally going. I was trying to get it to like forcibly go last night, but the drive is just so obscenely slow that it like couldn't do it. But now it's going. So yeah, Backblaze is pretty cool. It's $100 a year. You can back up as many drives as you want. Unlimited data storage. You know, unlimited asterisk. I think once you go over like 100 terabytes or something, it gets like you have to pay more or something, or they're like, hey. But that's like so much data. I'm not even close, you know. I mean, I'd have to like multiply my amount of data by like 12 times. It's just not gonna happen. But yeah, overkill, but I've experienced some things. No, it's fair, yeah. Background 2000 at work, we had a triple redundant RAID array for critical system. The RAID controller died and took everything with it. That's insane, yeah. You know, it's funny enough, we just had a thing like this just happen where my dad works, you know, his business. The server there just died. Even though it had like a RAID setup and everything, all gone. So, of course, they had a backup and everything was fine. But it is crazy. Like, RAID is like a nice redundancy, but it really, at the end of the day, is not should not be the only solution you have for backing stuff up, you know? Because, man, it can really, it can fail. It does fail all the time, so. I see one little raindrop coming through here. What's... Must be like the progress values, just like the instance is set just tiny bit above. I wish I could manually set that. I still don't know where those are. Like normally it's just inside of this material here. And sometimes if I search for it, oh, god damn. No, it's just not here. So I don't know how to access it. That's okay. Had multiple executives come by and, you know, what happened? Didn't you have RAID? Yeah. It's crazy. I really wanted to do like a cloud backup because like worst case scenario, if I had some like physical damage to my home or something, you know, like imagine like a tornado comes through or my home burns down, then it's kind of like bad to store my only backup in my house. So I think Backblaze for me is a pretty good solution. Seems to work pretty well. It's going to take a long time for all these files to get transferred over, but, you know, it'll get there eventually. I swear my life flashed before my eyes one time with BitLocker was, yeah, oh my god. That's always so scary when like BitLocker and stuff like starts doing things. Because man, if you encrypt your data, then you're done. There's probably some ways to de-encrypt it, honestly. But you probably need some specialty software for that. Yeah, I had to replace all the drives and restore from the off-machine backup and reconfigure the website back to existence. Yeah, no, I imagine that would be pretty annoying. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just taking the whole drive failure as a learning opportunity. As in, man, I better back up my stuff because, you know, it's like that whole thing of like, you don't ever think it's going to happen to you until it happens to you. Where I'm like, my drive's been going for like 10 years. It's probably fine, you know? And I'm like, it's okay. And then it dies. And then you're like, man, that sucks. So yeah, what just happened there? When I click out of here, I can't click. It's like I have to actually click the X for some reason. Oh, what is going on? So if I click here and then hit escape, see, that's fine. But it's only when I click out of it, it just stops working. It's really weird. I just say FBG hovered. Well, there's only one menu here, so I'm just gonna say, like, screw it. Well, there is also the escape menu, that's the thing. I don't know why this stuff that causes it to break, though. It's really frustrating. Maybe it's because KeepNet is, like, still active or something. I'm just gonna check and see why I can't do it. So input active, that's what would be doing it. And I guess it's because, yeah, I need to like recall this event. So I need to go ahead and go back to where we say toggle escape menu. And then on that moment also say input is back to true. Now, hopefully it should fix it. Let's try it out. Hate losing keys to things that are encrypted. It's scary, yeah. Made a couple Unity mobile games like a decade ago. Want to export it like 5 years ago. Couldn't find the password for the app key. Oh, key store. Yeah. Man. Yeah, it's scary. That's why I never encrypt any of my stuff, because it's just like my computer is just gonna be physically sitting at my house. Like, it's not going anywhere. I could understand that more if you had like a laptop or something, right? But for me, at least, it's like I'm not going to bother with that. Oh, I need to set a delay on this. Let's say get tree dot create timer. And just a very short delay, like 0.1 seconds. That timeout. But man, Backblaze is kind of making my computer lag out right now. I might need to go into the settings and like tell it to calm down. I wonder if that's something I can do. Performance. I mean, I don't like, it's not that crazy or anything. Funny enough, I did notice the minute like my drive went bad, my computer started running really nicely. I think that drive was potentially causing some problems on my computer. Lost 5 drives over 50 years. The last one was about 2 years ago. It's trivial to recover from, so got that skill going for me now. Yeah. Now, yeah. Well, that's good. What if that automatic threading throttle can slow down if you uncheck it? Yeah, maybe. I don't know why it's being so slow, though. Oh, and I can say, like, faster network. I only have one thread active, so let's see if that fixes it. At least just for now I'm streaming, right? Because it's, like, really problematic. It's still at a full 100%, but we'll see. See if it's any better. So far, it seems already better. Okay. So anyways, now in here, you can click out of the menu and then cast away. It seems to be fine. It's funny, I had a lag spike there and it instantly went to maximum power. All right, so let's go ahead and add in an option to disable that behavior if people don't want that to happen, because I could see that being potentially annoying to some people, like clicking out of the menu and it disappearing. You're like, I didn't mean to do that. So I want to make it an option. Whenever I add in a feature like this, I always want to make it an option, so. Click out of menu, I guess is what I would call that option. I don't know if of should be capitalized or not. Should of be capitalized in the title? Should not be capitalized. All right. Gonna have a proper funeral when I lose my first drive. I was thinking about that. I need to like make a video, you know. Maybe I'll do like a Viking funeral for my hard drive. Cause yeah, it's pretty it's a bro moment. Okay, so click out of menu. I'll also give this one a tooltip just to be helpful. So you click on the side. You close a menu. Does that make sense? Lets you click on an empty space on the screen to close a menu. I'll just say lets you click out of menus. I mean, that's what that is, right? Lets you click. I mean, I don't know. I guess that's a good enough description. Click out of menus. Should it be click out of menus? I guess so. Right click closes menu. Click out of menus. Sure. Good enough. All right. It's hard when I put the words and everyone understand. Yeah, it's tricky, but hopefully it'll be obvious enough. Then let's go into save user data. As a kid around 2000, I didn't want to throw a drive into the trash, so I buried it in the backyard. Oh, yeah. That's kind of awesome, dude. Yeah. Man. Wish I was old enough to know what Bitcoin was. I'd be rich, guys. Nah, my parents would have never let me buy any, though. Where's the other one? Right here. I've already got it copied. So I'm gonna have that on by default, probably. Click out of menus. Save user data, so that one's set, and then we just need load user data. Click out of menus, then go to load user data. So we're gonna say, let's go to user data.get, capital C, click out of menus. All right. Should be good to go. Then we have to add both those keys into the translation sheet. All right, we have to go to components, translations, English. All right. Click out of menus. And I'll explain what this does. A setting that lets you click on the right side to get out of a menu. I don't know if Bitcoin was a thing back then. Yeah. When did Bitcoin like even start? I don't even know. Thought it was like early 2000s kind of thing. Or was it later than that? When did Bitcoin start? 2009 was when it went like public, right? Yeah. Man, I could have made $1 billion. I mean, back then it was like worthless. So you could buy like 1 million Bitcoin for like $10. Imagine if I had 1 million Bitcoin. Like, oh my God. All right. So I think we should be good to go now. Let's go try it out. Let's see. What is your music taste? A lot of the music we have in the streams and stuff is not the kind of music I typically listen to. It's because they're ambient, and I don't even come up with a lot of the tracks in here. People just like be like, hey, put this in your music, and I'm like, okay. So. Alright, so we need to go actually make this setting work now. Toggle escape menu right here. Then I want to say if active menu and click out of menus, then do it. I'm just going to be consistent, so if not, return. Oops. Well, since it's music for low, so I'm going to put the volume down. Yeah, that's all good. So not click out of menus. I want to return. All right. And then we got to go do the other one inside the vision region because nothing ever works. And click out of menus. Global. If I click out of menus. All right. Yeah, I listen to a lot of different music. I'm not like some people where it's like they have a very specific like favorite genre. I mean, my stuff is so varied. I feel like I don't really have. I mean, there's certain genres that I don't care for, you know? I don't really like country music very much. I don't know. It's not my vibe. But in rap, it depends on the type. Like some rap I think can be good. Others I don't care. I think some of Tyler's stuff is pretty good. I don't really like mumble rap. As long as it has musical elements, I think that's the most important thing to me. But I don't really like this stuff where it's just like a guy talking. But here's the thing, like I don't really like listen to music just based off the genre. Like when it comes to me, it's like very particular. I just have to listen to the song to determine if I like it or not. It's not like I'm just like play all that stuff. Play that genre that I love so much, and it doesn't matter what track it is, I'm gonna love it if it's that genre. No. I just pick pieces out of each genre that I like. I don't know. Okay, so everything seems to be working again now. So I can click out of the menu. I can right click to get out of the menu too. Except that one also breaks it. Okay, so why does right clicking break it? Just because it's funny. Okay. So now I gotta check this. And I'm gonna do all this stuff. So I'm gonna say toggle escape menu, and then also if, oh God. Not global. Computer, please. Oh God. I hope Backblaze hurries up and finishes so I can use my computer. I think it's also just because I'm streaming at the same time. That's like another load on my CPU. Okay. If we have... My God. Let me type. Okay. I thought I had a reference to region. I do. Oh. Okay. Please. I'm gonna freak. Snooze the ad. Region.input active is true. Nice, it's so bad. Just let me do it. Oh my god. I also need to close all my tabs and stuff too. It's been a while. We should do that. That'd probably help a little bit. Oh my god, it's just frozen. Ah. Well, I'm just going messy for the pixel art. I think I just slowly get better at it and redo the game sprites when I feel I've improved a lot. Yeah. That's honestly usually the way I approach making art for games anyways. Like, I kind of just create something that's good enough to get the idea of what the sprite's supposed to be, and then I keep cycling back and improving things over time, you know? I don't think you have to get it perfect like the first time around, because it's not realistic to draw that way, right? I think it's significantly easier, like making little tweaks and like, you know, okay, I want to change how this looks or make this one thing here a little different, you know, stuff like that. So, and just keep kind of going through and redoing stuff. I do that all the time with Lured In, you know, I like just draw something real quick and then later on I come back and redo it and stuff, so it's pretty, makes things pretty easy, I think. Alright, so now whenever I click out of here, I can actually do stuff. Cool. Alright, let's go make sure it works on the main menu. Okay, and I can stop printing out ha everywhere now. If I could use the editor, that would be really cool. I thought I made it run better. Can I throttle it even more? I mean, not really. Can I just like temporarily pause the backup while I'm streaming? I don't know. I don't see, there's like a backup schedule. I could just set, you know, only when I click backup now. There we go, it stopped. Thank God. Is it still doing fast copy in the background or something? Like, because why is it still at like nearly 100%? It doesn't make sense. Right? I don't see why it would be stressed out right now. Like, what's even accessing it? Let's go see. Disk. Nothing. Nothing is. So, okay. I'm just gonna eject it. Device is in use. So it is being used, but by what? Is it still like backing up stuff? But this shouldn't be going anymore. I don't know. Better not be like Samsung Magician or something, you know? Yeah, exit. Yeah, maybe I have a Bitcoin miner, guys. Is it freaking indexing the drive and that's what's happening right now? Like, if I get rid of that, does that fix it? No. Unless I just immediately opened it again. I have no idea, honestly. I want to disconnect it. But it just shows that it's in use. Maybe if I fully close out of Backblaze, quit. Now can I eject? Okay, something is using it. I don't know what, though. Surely can't be something with my stream settings, right? That would be bad. But, like, I'm streaming. It's not using my hard drive. Yeah, it is a USB drive. I know. It sucks and it's bad. But, you know, I was stupid when I bought it. God, I don't know. It doesn't want to disconnect. I wish I could see what program was actually using it. Yeah, I don't know. We're just gonna wait a second. Maybe it's just like still like finishing up a transfer or whatever that it was doing. So we'll see. Usage, I know. Let's see. You're saying if you want backups with versioning to another machine, I can recommend sync thing. Okay. Sync thing. So does this just sync files between two different computers? Yeah. It's pretty neat. I could see something like this being pretty useful. Just syncing stuff between my server. Because I could have like a local version of the server on my computer that I can just edit and do stuff on, and it just automatically goes. I mean, I have the remote thing, and the remote thing is pretty low latency, but it's nice though that this is a thing. Yeah, I'll have to look into that eventually. It's still just going. Yeah, maybe I could check inside of the resource monitor. And I don't know if there's a way for me to specifically see that drive, right? Like disk. Microsoft Map Engine. Is it still doing stuff? It's still doing stuff. I could suspend it, but I'm a little worried it might like cause problems. Let me make sure I know what this service is. What is it? It is... Because I don't want to search this drive. Like, if it's just, like, indexing my drive right now, I don't want it to do that. Microsoft Malware Protection Engine. So it's probably scanning the drive for viruses right now. God dang it. Oh, but it just went away. So maybe it's not a big deal. It could have been happening on another drive. See, I wish I could just check for just the D drive. I don't know if there's a way for me to do that. Chrome. Search indexer. I don't know. We'll just deal with it, guys. Hopefully it'll work itself out. What was I even gonna do in here? I was like gonna change something. Can't remember. Dang. I went into global for some reason. I was gonna do something in here. I was about to search something, but then it kept dying. What was I gonna do? I don't remember what I was gonna do. Not adding a fish to drag the player into the water. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I don't remember. That sucks. Oh well. Let me just look through the code and see if I can remember. Fish income, drop rates, fish value. I do want to check the fish drop rates and just kind of play through the game a little bit and make sure it feels good. So we'll probably do that. Oh. I ran that a long time ago. Why did it take so long to tell me? Oh, oh, oh. It's not being used anymore. Okay. I think we're back to normal, guys. Yeah, I think there's just some, like, file transfers queued up or something that we're still going. So that's fine. Alright. Yeah, there's nothing in here that I really need. That sucks when you forget what you were about to do. It's like playing through stuff. It's like doing stuff. Did all my ascension just go away? Oh, no, I didn't have any ascension. I just had research. Okay, I was like, what just happened? Well, it seems like it's not anything here. It all seems okay. Well, I don't remember, guys. Anyways. That sucks. Oh, I was gonna remove the print statements. Oh my god. Okay. That's what I was gonna do. I am a fool. Alright. Not Skyness on YouTube. Welcome in. How's it going? And the other one I wanted was handled input. I thought I printed something in here. Maybe not. That might have been everything. Let's go try it out. I just realized melon and watermelon are two different things. Yeah, depends on the context. The melon could refer to a cantaloupe, a honeydew. There's many different types of melons, but watermelon is one specific melon. Going good. How are you? I'm doing good. Just fixing a couple little bugs here in Lurden before nextfest starts on Monday, so it's gonna be crazy. Hopefully everything is running pretty smoothly for people. There's still more stuff I want to do, but we're gonna be tackling all of that after nextfest because, you know, it's a lot of work. I definitely don't have time to get it ready before nextfest, so yeah. Yeah, I might just try playing through the game, like, I might go ahead and reset my data. Hate to lose all my fish, but it's okay. I'm gonna reset my game, and we're just gonna play through the whole game right now. I just want to make sure, like, the rate of catching rare fish feels pretty fair. Right? I want to make sure people are actually getting them. So. Gonna turn you on my TV. Yeah. Might try to take a nap and I've had a headache the entire day. I'm sorry about that. Yeah. That does suck. Sometimes that happens to me where I just have like a random headache from nowhere. And it sucks. But hope you're feeling better soon. Okay, time to play. Here we go. Fresh new save. We're just kind of looking for any bugs right now. Let's go to the pond. It's happened a lot, no idea why. Yeah. I don't know. For me, usually whenever I get headaches, like, it can be sometimes when I'm really, like, dehydrated and haven't drinking enough water. That can happen. When else do I usually get headaches? If I'm doing anything, like, physically strenuous, sometimes that also does it, you know? So, yeah, there's just a lot of different things. Did I voice that? Yeah, I did. I just went like... That's all I did. A carp and a bluegill. I might possibly make it so the value of these starting guys is just a little bit higher. Because something I notice is that if you get a carp and a bluegill, you don't get to buy the aquarium like on your first go around. You have to go back again and get more fish. It's not a huge deal, but it is like something I've noticed where it's like kind of like, it's a little annoying. Hello from YouTube. Welcome in. How's it going? Boom, bluegill. We could also potentially throw in like a new mini game if anyone had any cool ideas for one. So that is an option. I don't know where my lucid chart went. I'm gonna have to find that. I've been wanting to make it so like mini games only show up for specific fish, you know.
Ha 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 ha.
Just because it would be nice, I think, and it would make people feel like, I don't know, whenever a minigame does happen, it means more. It's not just purely random. Why do I not have Lucid board? Is it just called Lucid now? Like, what's going on? Okay, yeah. BP Games Business. Gmail.com. I don't remember what my password is. Great. Why is it not... Hold on, I'm gonna check my phone passwords. Maybe I logged in on there or something. I don't know why that would be the case, but... Just that voice that makes the game worth buying, yeah. Pretty crazy. Oops, I did 2 L's. Lucid. 0 results. Epics, I don't know what my password is anymore. Because apparently... Oh, you know what it probably is? Is that like they changed their URL, and so now Google doesn't know what my thing is anymore. Right? No, it's just gone. I don't know what happened. Okay, I'm gonna forget password then. Yeah. A little strange. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is the board. For the lured in stuff. I don't know why I got all reset. Yeah, pretty weird. Alright. Let's reset this freaking password. Reset. Am I good now? Your password successfully reset. Okay. Hold on, guys. Do you guys think it rains too much in the game now? I mean, I personally like the rain, but I don't want people to be like, this game is always freaking raining. This is inaccurate. You know? Okay, we're finally in the board. So yeah, we had a couple things written down here. Dragging system where you go to the opposite direction of the fish. Button mashing, click mashing. Rhythm clicking. Don't know what that means. Random key pressing. The problem with that one is it's like, I don't think it would work very well for keyboard. Or if, I mean, for a controller. And I really would like this game to be completely playable with just the mouse. Honestly, would be pretty cool. So maybe we don't do that one. Already got a couple in here though. Rhythm game. Yeah, it's really hard to come up with so many different minigame ideas. I do want to do more though. I just don't know what else would make the most sense. I've seen such a like crazy variety of people with the mini games, you know, where some people are like, I freaking hate this one, and then on the flip side, people are the exact opposite, and they're like, I love this mini game. This mini game is epic. So I have no idea like what to think anymore. Bye, Grandpa. All right. But I think one thing I want to do for sure is add in a way to enable / disable specific minigames, just in case there's one that you really don't like and it kind of ruins the game for you. That way you can, like, you know, just turn it off if you want. I don't really see any problem with that. And I'll probably make it so maybe like the common fish like only show a couple mini games, and then you only get the fancy ones for the rare fish, just to kind of like spice it up a little more. So I'll probably make like the simple guys like the easy mini games, you know, stuff like the Dead by Daylight generator click. Just missed it. The video game college course, how to make a mini game people enjoy. Yeah, it's hard. I think it's just because everybody's got like such different, you know, things that they like with mini games. It'd also be cool if I could do mini games specific per fish, you know? So maybe like some fish have a specific mini game and others have a different one. That'd be cool. Because you kind of like get a sort of an idea of what fish you're about to catch just based off the mini game and the rarity and stuff. So far, no rare fish at all, which is interesting. I might potentially increase the rarity of the fish a tiny bit. I'm not really sure yet, but we'll see. Oh. Oh. That's a bug with our new system. So what's happening is I click here to click on the tank, and then it don't work. So I've got to make sure that doesn't happen. But this is why we play through the game, guys. Make sure everything runs okay. How do I fix that? I need to check and see if I'm hovering over something. So let's see here. Or I guess I never want the clicking out of the thing to happen for that specific UI, so I'm just going to add like a blacklist for it. So it's underneath the unhandled input. And then I'm just going to check if UI manager.active menu is equal to whatever. It's like tank. Not tank menu, but it's one of those. Let's go look at what it is. Yo, what's up, Saiku? How's it going? Sorry that I that we haven't been able to like play stuff recently. Add to tank is what it's called. Okay. Okay, hopefully that will, or I can't say equal to, I have to say if it is add to tank, then it'll not do it. Let's see if it works. There we go. All right. Yeah, I do apologize. I'll try and get some time too soon. Monday I've got a dentist appointment, and then also the nextfest next fest launch happens then too, so I might be kind of busy that day. It's hard to say. I mean, like, during next fest you don't really like do anything. You kind of just sit there and watch. So I mean, I don't know if I'm really actually going to be that busy during next fest. It's hard to say, but I forgot it was Friday yesterday on a message. It's all good. Yeah. Yeah, I'll try and get some time soon. I probably will be free Monday to do stuff, so if you want to play some games then, I'd be down. And then I should be free all day Tuesday and Thursday. I don't have any more like stuff planned this week. I apologize on a Thursday with my brother's car stuff. We've been planning it out for like months, and then I realized, I was like, oh wait. Saku wanted to play. It works for you? Okay. Yeah, we could just do them. More fish. I'm broke. Let's get more advertising. More advertising. 20 bucks a minute. Not too bad. One thing I'd like to do maybe if we have time is like make earning money feel a little bit like cooler. Because right now when you earn money, it just kind of, the number just increments and nothing really happens. Like I could make it so like the text maybe like goes, or like makes a sound or something, or you know, just some ways to like make the buddy collection interesting. Something I've also thought about doing potentially is like, instead of the money just automatically going up, it's kind of like it pools up and then there's like a button to actually collect the money somewhere, right? But because that way it would kind of like, you'd feel like the dopamine of how much money you just earned, right? If that makes sense. Where it's like, whoa, I just caught freaking, or I just got like $100. Yeah, cash register button, yeah, basically. Right? So I don't know, maybe I could do something like that. It's hard to say. Because, like, also the problem with that, though, is you don't know how much money you have then when you're, like, out and about. I don't really want people to be collecting their money when they're in the fishing area. It just doesn't make any sense. But, yeah, it's hard to say. Research acquired. I need to get another tank. Guess I'll just keep selling fish until I can afford something. It's always kind of good to play through early game and stuff and get like a good idea of like how it feels to play. I think. Gotta do it every once in a while. It's been a while since I have, so especially since like all the new you know, water events and stuff that happen now. I just haven't played with those. And like I've messed with them, but not like from the very beginning. Kind of seeing how it all feels. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think about something like that though? Like a button to redeem the cash that you've earned instead of it just automatically piling up. I don't know. It's tricky, like, I do think it would make it feel much more epic collecting money. And I could also do like some sounds and stuff too for when you collect stuff, but I do worry a tiny bit that it might get really annoying. If we do that, I'll probably make it so it's a, option to disable the sounds and effects and stuff, of course. Reminds me of Roblox Tycoons. Yeah, it does. But I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, you know? I mean, it works. That's why those games do it, you know? So. Let's go larger keep net. More speed. I'm breaking in the dough now. $17. Look at me. I think there's a new track I can put into the game, actually. Go, go, go. I wasn't looking at my screen. Yeah, I still haven't caught a single rare fish, and so I might potentially increase the rare drop rates a tiny bit more. I'm okay with the legendaries being super rare, because I do want them to be rare. But I feel like sort of at this point, you know, I've caught like probably 20, 30 fish. I should have caught one by... Cotton? That's not a word. I should have caught one by now. So... Here we go. Fish caught. It's rainy. Yeah, I don't know. Look at all those fish. Yeah, I could just increase the drop rates just a tiny little bit more. I think it would help. Doesn't have to be a crazy increase. So I do want to put my fish into a new tank. We could just kind of sit here for a minute and wait. Ah, whatever. We'll just sell them and go fishing again. It's fine. It's time to catch fish. Whoa. Nice. Okay. Got a minnow. Splash. Let's go for the splash, because I feel like it. Here we go. Then I can get my new tank, and I'm going to be raking in the money. Oh, yeah. Heck yeah, brother. Double our income. So we got a little bit of research. One thing I want to add in more of is like cheaper researches kind of in between these like larger purchases. Because like one thing I've noticed right now is you go from like the 5 and 10 are really cheap and easy to get, and that feels fun. But then the next one after that is like 50 and 100. Like it's a big jump. And like the weather station is sort of like an optional quality of life thing anyways. I'm considering making it so the Fishpedia is actually like cheaper than the weather station. Like maybe the Fishpedia is like 20 research, you know, just so that there's like more stuff to research initially. Because I think part of my balancing, which is a stupid way to balance, by the way, is that I've been adding in stuff that's really expensive because everyone's like, I have too much research points. But that's not the problem. The problem is that with the too many research points, it's like not that they have too many to buy the stuff here, it's that they have too many after they've already bought all the stuff, right? So I need to kind of shift the research around, I think. It would help make the game flow a little bit better. I do feel like the lake is like at a somewhat decent spot, maybe at 100. I might decrease it even down to like 50 just to make that initial trip to the lake a lot easier. But we'll see. I don't know. It's always really hard to balance stuff like this, right? Because then also, like, what if somebody puts all their money into researchers and then unlocks everything super fast and their game takes like 10 minutes to finish? So that's always the problem. What are all these freaking notifications, bro? New post. Okay. 80% of games will never see success. Alright. This is why I don't go on X, guys. Yeah, he added a fishing rod. Let's go, fishing game. You're going to be visible. Pitch a game. Yeah, I did the pitch a game hashtag. It did okay. More likes than I usually get on tweets, so not bad. Anyways, but I hate X, and X is stupid. I never use it anymore. All right, I got a lot of money. Didn't realize. A few more researchers. Yeah, that's good there. Let's get a little bit more advertising. Okay. Maybe a little more. Maybe just a teensy bit more. Maybe just like one more. Okay. Enough. Alrighty. We can also like afford tank capacity now. Let's go fishing. Yeah, because I think something too with like the research is once you're sort of at this point, it's like, I mean, my research has built up, so I can almost get to the lake. But I think I would have liked to gone to the lake just a tiny bit earlier. So I don't know. It's hard. Balancing is extremely hard. You know, because any kind of game like this where you give players autonomy to make decisions really starts to complicate the way that you can balance stuff, right? So it's difficult. Because you have to take into account like every way that somebody could play the game, right? It's not just like a guarantee that somebody's going to get the first research or do something. Like they could go a completely wacky route and accidentally shoot themselves in the foot. So sometimes balancing a game feels like you're fighting against your own players. Like you want them to be able to do fun, cool stuff and forge their own path. But also you don't want people to accidentally make the game really hard for themselves, right? I don't know why that seems unforgiving sometimes. I need to look into that. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard. Oh, I missed that one. Oopsies. Levels. But I think it's always important to just play through the game more, you know? It does help a lot with balancing, like figuring out what things are too time consuming or too slow or whatever. 2 carps. Let's go ahead and upgrade the capacities on these. Oh, we got a chef order. 5 carp for 166. That's a lot of carp, buddy. No thanks. Goodbye. Requires research Fishpedia. Let's see. Merch. Let's get some more customers. 210 bucks a minute. Not bad. My phone keeps showing this image of my dog who's looking up at me. All right, guys, this is gonna be the craziest fish ever. Here we go. So the craziest fish ever, guys. I told you. It's a minnow. Have you ever caught a minnow in real life? Yeah, didn't think so. Oops. Misclick. Yes, I think increasing the rare fish chance just a little bit would be nice. Like, because I'm still not finding any guys here, and it feels a little, like, unfair, I feel like. And I think I want to rebalance the research a tiny bit and move some things around, and maybe even try and throw in one more research before we put this update out. This is a thing I talked about in a short, but it's always so hard to decide, like, when do I want to call an update, you know? Because there's, like, so many things I want to do. But, like, at the same time, it's like, I don't want to make people wait weeks and weeks for a new update every time. It's, like, it's really hard. It seems like most people usually prefer less frequent, larger updates. Because I think when it's a lot of little tiny updates, it kind of, like, all just sort of blends together. And I also honestly sort of feel the same way, too, I think. Like, when it comes to games that I come back to and stuff, I don't really care about the small updates, you know, unless I'm having some kind of like critical issue and I really needed the new update, but most of the time that's not the case. So yeah, it is one of those things where it sort of feels like, I don't know. Yeah, let's get some more tank capacity. I think soon I can buy a new tank. Those guys in. Let's go to the lake. New zone. Go. I better get a cool guy. Yeah, I made it so you can't get carp and stuff here anymore, which definitely was a good improvement. Before, when you would travel to the lake, you immediately get like a carp, which you got from the pond, and it's just instantly like, oh man. Why did I even go here then, if it's just the same fish, right? So I'm glad that I made that change, honestly. Because now, like, immediately you go here and it's like, whoa, look at all these freaking crazy new guys I'm catching. I got a, you know, catfish and a trout, and they're all different. So, but yeah, it's still not a single rare fish at this point, which is pretty, surprising. I thought I increased the chances, like, a decent amount, but I think I'm starting to realize I did not increase it enough. And, like, maybe I just got incredibly unlucky. It's possible. But I think it's quite unlikely that that's the case right now. So, I can just sell my cheapo guys. Oh yeah, I'm raking in the dough. Yeah, I definitely want more things to research, because I think that's kind of like, would help, like, sort of pad out the moments in between the upgrades and like the big research purchases and stuff. So one of these days I might kind of reorganize this tree a little bit, like maybe like each like region unlocks like a specific set of technologies, you know, or something, where it's like you travel to the lake and now you can get equipment and pots and ascension or something, and then you travel to the river and now you can get some other like marketing things, you know, stuff like that. Just kind of changing the order of how you unlock things. Because I do kind of like that sort of like, it makes it like, how do I describe it? Like you have these like progression gates that you go through, instead of it just being like, pick the things whenever you feel like it. I don't know. It's hard to say. Let's see what he's got. 3 bluegill. Unfortunately, brother, I just sold all of my bluegill. So, I'm sorry, but screw you. Yeah, I wish I could make him more relevant. It's kind of difficult. I mean, I can make it so he only asks for fish that you have in your inventory, and that would kind of make him very relevant, because it means that you can always make the trade with him. But also the point of him too is to kind of like encourage you to go back to other areas, right? And so if he only ever makes offers on stuff you already have, then I feel like it kind of defeats the whole purpose of having him walk in anyways. So I don't know. It's hard. Could add a new player variable that goes up every fish to guarantee a rare. Yeah. That's true. Yeah, something like that could be a good idea. I'm gonna have to change, I think, the whole way that the rarity system in the game works. Because right now it's a little like difficult for me to control the specific ratios between like rare and common fish and stuff like that. So, because like the issue, what I do now is I use a weighted random selection system. So like it's just a big pool of these different numbers that's assigned to each fish. And so it's just completely random. I can't like forcibly tell the algorithm or whatever to pick a rare fish versus a common fish and stuff like that. So I kind of want to change that system. I think it would just help me really balance things and make it feel more fun. Like I could sort of like separate all that stuff out so I have like different like pools for each region of the different rarities of fish. And then I can just be like, okay, here's the chance to catch the common, the chance for the rare, and the chance for the legendary. And then like as time goes on, you don't catch one of them, I can like slowly increase the chances of the rare and legendary. So like eventually the chance becomes so high it's extremely likely that you're about to catch one. Stuff kind of like that. Fudge the numbers a little bit. The only thing though is in the Fishpedia it does list like the chance to catch a rare fish, so that would kind of be broken a little bit. Because it would mean like the chance of catching a fish would dynamically change, which would be kind of weird. So I'll have to think about that. What's your process of coming up with ideas for game? Like, how do you go from an idea to a note to what you have now and learn in? Yeah. How do you understand the idea is good enough to work on? Do you see the entire picture in the beginning first or add over time? So do you mean like specifically with just smaller ideas within a game, or like the entire process of coming up with a game? Because I think that for me, those two processes are pretty like different things. The entire thing. Okay. Yeah, it's tricky. I mean, I think usually all of the games I ever want to make or usually make, it always stems from like two things for me, which is like either an idea that I don't see yet or an idea that I do see but could be improved. So because I think these are both like, I think both Lured In and Starground are kind of the latter. But if we look at Starground, for example, my ideas with this game, the whole way I sort of came up with it was like, okay, I really like automation games. And also all my ideas usually stem from a point of like passion and things that I enjoy. So that's always important, I think. So I've always liked automation games. I was like, that'd be cool to make an automation game. But one thing I always like felt like with automation games was it's really hard, specifically with multiplayer, to play with other people that don't like automation. Because like I've played Factorio with friends in the past and stuff like that, and it's kind of like difficult too, because not everybody likes Factorio or can really understand what's happening in Factorio. And so I kind of like looked at that and felt that playing through, and I was like, I wish there was a game that had automation so that I could enjoy the automation stuff, but then my friends can go do something else that they enjoy, right? But we can still like play the same game. And honestly, in a lot of ways, Minecraft was kind of a big inspiration for Starground because of that fact of having like multiple different like play styles within one shared world. So that's sort of the way I came up with that. It's just like identifying things I wish existed and being like, I'll just do it myself. Right. That's definitely a big part of it. And like the way that you could go from idea, like generating those initial ideas, a lot of people have a lot of different ways of doing that, you know? One thing that I always do a lot is like, whenever I just have an idea pop into my head, I write it down. And I just like, I generate lots of ideas. I brainstorm all the time, you know, and it's not always intentional brainstorming, but just sort of in the background. I'm like, just randomly, if I come up with something that could be a game, I write it down. Because then what I can do is like, when I finish a project and now I have like a gap to work on something, I can come back to all these concepts that I've written out, right? So these are all just random games that I've just jotted down. A lot of them aren't good, you know, and would need like significant reworks to work as a game, but that's fine. Like, what I'm able to do when I have a bunch of random ideas I've come up with over time, now I can like scan through these and figure out which ones are the best and which ones are the worst, you know? So maybe like one of these I think is kind of weak or bad, I eliminate it. I do like a process of elimination until I figure out the idea that I think I want to work on the most and has the most potential, right? So yeah, and then other games just kind of, I don't do this process at all, and I don't think about the idea. Honestly, Lured In was kind of like one of those things that was pretty spontaneous, you know, and then I just sort of worked on a whim. It wasn't like I did a ton of planning for Lured In on the concept. I mean, I was easily able to justify the concept to myself, which is an important thing, right? Like, I've been wanting to make an incremental game for a long time, and I've always enjoyed playing fishing games. You know, stuff like web fishing is really fun. Also, Fishing Planet is cool, even though I think it's just too hard. But see, these are all the things I make note of in my head. Like, if there is a thing that I don't like in a game, that's an important thing to remember, because that's an opportunity for improvement. So like Fishing Planet, it's not that I don't like the game, but specifically it's like a hardcore fishing game, right? And it's too hardcore. I think it's very hard for people to get into it and actually enjoy it, because also it like kind of lets you fail. And it's not like the fun kind of fail. It's like the fail where it's like, oh my God, I've just lost all of my money and everything. I might as well just delete the game and restart. Like, that's not a fun lose condition. Because you can like go broke and accidentally waste all your money. But the game doesn't like explain that to you, you know? And that's one of the problems with this game, I think. Also, it's loaded with DLC and stuff. I mean, I get that it's a free game, so it makes sense, but... and then web fishing, like, I think web fishing is fine, but it's a little like, you know, the progression systems aren't super complicated. They don't need to be. You know, it is just like a socialization game after all, but I really like how incremental games have that capacity to like really, you know, feel a very strong sense of progression. And then same with Chillquarium, where it's a cool little idle game where you get fish and stuff. You buy fish and manage your aquariums. But here's the thing with Chillquarium that I always found was that like there's not a whole lot of opportunity to buy upgrades and stuff. Like, you have all this money, but you just spend your money on just more fish. It doesn't mean anything. It just feels kind of like meaningless playing the game and earning stuff when you know that there's like nothing real to actually spend your money on. Like, if you're just going into it for the achievements, then that's fine. But I looked at that. I always felt that with this game, and that to me was like a signal in my head where I'm like, okay, I want to do aquarium stuff, but I want to like, I think it would be better in the lens of an incremental game where you can like spend your money on upgrades and stuff, right? So that's how I came up with Lured In. And I didn't come up with it alone. It was also with Saiku. But, you know, that's sort of just my process, is like identifying gaps about things that I already enjoy. Because really, I think it's important to work on things that you have fun with. Like, I wouldn't really want to make a puzzle game. Like, puzzle games are cool, but I know, like, it would be a nightmare to develop a puzzle game. And it's not like I really particularly play a lot of puzzle games, so I don't think that would be a good, like, genre fit for me. But automation is cool. I always really like survival mechanics. Anything that has a really good sense of progression, I always enjoy, you know? Getting money, buying upgrades. I just think it's fun. That's the kind of, like, gameplay elements that I enjoy. Thank you for the speen, Ryan. How often would you say ideas that are worth writing down appear? Honestly, I write down every idea, even if I don't think it's that good or something. It's still like worth it, you know? Because I've had ideas that I've come up with in the past where I'm just like, it's just like a nothing burger idea. And then months later, it kind of bubbles up and I realize like, you know what? That's actually like, I kind of like think about the idea more and have that moment in my head where it clicks and I realize how to make the idea way better. So write down every idea that ever comes to your mind, I say. It's a small time commitment, you know? And like, you don't have to try super hard to come up with ideas, especially if you're already working on a project or have something else going on. I just kind of let it happen in the background, you know? Just sort of randomly flow into my brain, and then if it happens, it happens, but I don't like force myself to come up with new ideas all the time, you know what I mean? So I think that's kind of an important thing. But yeah, like if you don't have a project and definitely are trying to come up with an idea, then just have a session where you brainstorm, play some games. I think just playing games and going into them with the mental space of knowing you're looking for an idea, you'll automatically kind of generate ideas from just playing, because you can't help yourself. You're like playing through something like Minecraft and you realize like, I don't like how, I've never liked this about Minecraft now that I think about it, and I think I could do that but better, stuff like that. Are you finding yourself fighting urges to drop everything and start working on the new thing? All the time. That's like the iconic like plague of all game developers, is abandoning your current projects and working on new projects. Because I'm not gonna lie, the beginning part of a new project is the most fun. And I think it's because you get that like instant like dopamine of like, it feels like you're super productive in creating all these things, when in reality, like that's a very small portion of it, if we're being real. So yeah, it's hard. Also, before we continue this, I was thinking about something I wanted to do in here. But yeah, I'm just gonna jot this down so I don't forget. Rebalance research, increase rare fish chance. Just from the little playtest I did there. Yeah, it's really hard. I think this is the most important thing to avoid that for me, is just making small games, right? Because then I know, like, for example, Lured In, it's gone from 0 to full launch in like 7 months, and then it's out and it's done. And I now will have the opportunity to go finish other things that I want to do, right? And so that's kind of the important thing, is like, make sure that you're not trapping yourself in a project that's going to take way too long. Because I've done that plenty of times before. I've learned that from experience, unfortunately. But like Starground and Pogo Rocket took eons. Like Pogo Rocket was in development forever, like it was like 2021 to 23 or something. It's like years and years and years. Or no, it actually started 2020. So it took me like 3 years to make Pogo Rocket, even though it's such a small, stupid game. It didn't need to take 3 years, The reason it took 3 years is because I completely lost motivation to finish it. It just got to a point with Pogo Rocket where I was just like, I don't care about this game anymore. I have zero passion for this game, and I don't want to do it anymore. I still did finish it, but man, it kind of sucked. In Starground, I'm still working through it. But this is the thing, like I overscoped with Starground, and now I will try and be better in the future. And this is, I think, one of the reasons I did I overscoped with Starground is because it's an early access game. And like now in the future, from now on, I'm not going to do early access anymore, because I think I've realized early access is like a scam, both for a consumer and a developer. And the reason for that is, like, as a consumer, early access you play through the game and now there's this expectation set up where, oh, the game will continue to be updated and improved. So, yeah. And also it's kind of like another thing too that it does is it makes people not buy your game because it's early access. They're like, I'm not going to bother with this early access garbage, right? And then on the developer side, it's like, you're now shackled into finishing this game. Like normally you release a game, it's done. You can update it more if you want, but you can just leave it if you want. It's like done. But with early access, now you're binded. It's like you've signed a contract and you have to finish the game. I mean, obviously not literally, but you know, I'm not gonna scam all the people that bought Starground and not finish it. So it's really hard. So make small games. That's one of my big filters when it comes to game ideas, is how do I make the game as small as possible? Like that's literally my number one objective when I'm working on like revising ideas I come up with, is how do I simplify more and more and more and more? I kind of like aim to achieve maximal simplification, right? Because you can always make the game larger later on if you feel like it. But if you start with something that's already overscoped, you're going to screw yourself over. Because even if you really enjoy working on a game in the beginning, the truth is that eventually you probably will stop enjoying working on the game. You know, at least for me, that's what I always find. Like, I enjoyed working on Starground initially. It was kind of fun, learning how to do all the stuff. But then as the years went by, I just lost more and more motivation, and I was just like, I don't like working on this game anymore, you know? So I think it's really good to, like, if you come up with an idea, plan to 100% finish the game in like 6 months. And I know that's a really short timeline, but really it frees you of all the baggage you'd be walking into otherwise. So that's what I would say. But yeah, it's hard. But yeah, after I like have a bunch of initial ideas, I just, go through, do my elimination process. And like I was saying, I simplify as much as possible, drop anything that doesn't matter. And game ideas will always kind of reshape as you develop them, and that's fine, right? Like, that's the importance of play testing, because you want your game to change as you develop it. I think it's important because you kind of naturally, lean into the best version of what that game can be. So start playtesting very early on. I think something that people don't talk about with playtesting too is if you wait too long, playtesting kind of becomes less playtesting and more like, it feels more like a personal attack when somebody has problems. Because now you've spent so much time working on your game, you've attached this value to your work. And if somebody doesn't like your work, now it feels like you're losing something, right? So with Lured In, I started playtesting extremely early. Like literally as soon as I had something somewhat playable, I started playtesting. Because it's so important to have that going from the beginning, before things get too built up and complicated. So that's just something I would say. But yeah, it's hard. And so much of it just comes from experience and from breaking down your values and ideas of what game development should be. I think going into game development years and years and years ago, I always thought I'm going to work on this big mega game and I'm going to work on it forever. And then I now realize that that's not what I want to do at all. What I actually enjoy doing is working on small games, finishing them, and then working on another small game. I think it's more fun for me to explore new ideas constantly, right? And if there is a game that does super well and I make a bunch of money on, then I'm probably going to keep updating it. But, that hasn't happened yet, really. Maybe it'll happen with Lured In, who knows, but... And I sort of mean keep updating as in, past the initial, release, moment. And I will obviously update Lured In a bit after I release, but I don't think I'm gonna be like updating Lured In for 2 more years after I launch it, unless I make like $500,000. That's like my threshold, you know. So, but yeah, hopefully that'll helps though. It's hard. Yeah, I don't know. These are all the parts of game development that I think like AI will just never really be able to compete with, right? Because it's so much more about just the programming or just your art. It's like everything that goes into it. It's coming up with these ideas and relating it to something that means something to you, right? And picking something that you will be motivated enough to continue working on and finish. It's so much more than just the actual game itself, I think. But yeah, anyways. Yeah, hopefully that kind of answers your question though. And it's really hard to make that final decision, like what game is worth it to work on. But for me, it's always, I gotta trust my gut sometimes with a game idea. Like, some ideas, I feel it in my bones, and I'm like, I like this idea, and I think this would work. You know, like, you should never just make a game because it sounds good on paper. I think there's something to be said about that initial, like, that, like, spark of passion or enjoyment you feel from, like, a prototype version. If it's already, like, feeling super solid in such a rough early stage, then that's very promising, I think, for a full game. So... Thank you. Yeah, no problem. I do appreciate the question. But yeah, anyways. So yeah, I want to redo our research stuff a little bit. And the whole rarity system. I need to do that. Yeah, I need to just change it so it's like I can actually choose which specific fish that I select or whatever for which one you end up catching, right? I need to do that. Also, did I forget to make the camera on the menus more zoomed in? I did. I want to make it like start like way more zoomed in. Because I realize it's kind of like way too much. Way too zoomed out. And I think I do that instead of here. There's like a zoom variable. Or it might just be on the zoom of the camera. Right here. Zoom power. Yeah, I think I just edit the zoom. Okay, so we want to go more than 1 zoom. Go up to 2 zoom and see what that feels like. Didn't seem to actually change anything. Oh, I probably had to restart the game for it to actually apply. Where am I changing the zoom in here? Yeah, so I am clamping zoom, so it's got to be like... Let's try a zoom of 3. See what this feels like. So far, the stream, I learned so much about proper game dev, and you're absolutely go for sharing. Well, I appreciate it, yeah. I do hope it helps. I mean... I don't know. Whoa, that's too zoomed in. With game dev, it's really hard to like... I always feel like I'm an imposter, you know, like I don't actually know anything about game dev. But I don't know. But then I think about like how everyone probably feels the exact same way. Even people that have been doing it for years, you know. And it's always funny to feel that on the other side, where like I come into somebody's stream and I'm like, this is insane, the game they're working on, and it's like they're so far ahead of me, you know, in terms of what they're creating. And then they're like, you know, say stuff. Like recently I raided into that one guy that was working on like the 3D like voxel game. I was like, that's insane, dude. They're like so much better. And he was just like, you know, just like throwing too many compliments. I was like, no, man. Not true. But I don't know. Oh, I dropped my stress. Now it's covered in gunk. Oh my god. It's nasty. But yeah, I do hope it helps. I think that's the, like, a really important thing, I think, with streaming and just doing game development is, like, share the knowledge, you know? I mean, why not? Like, people look at game development for some reason, for some industries, and think that it's, like, competitive, you know? But literally nobody in the game industry is your competitor. Everybody in the industry is your friend. And all are people that you should work with, right? Like, the way that gaming works is that it's like this infinitely consumed media. Like, people will continue buying more games and playing more games. Like, there are some games that last a really long time that are really epic, you know, something like Factorio I'm going to be playing for a long time. But even then, I'm still out buying new games and playing new stuff because, like, I want to see new things. And so that means that, like, even if you release a game that somebody else has a similar game of or something, you know, a quote-unquote competitor, people will probably just buy both games and enjoy both games. You know, there's no, like, you never take away from another developer. Like, it's not like somebody's going to launch a game and now your game is going to be less popular or successful, like, unless you're literally stealing a game or something. So there's no reason to not help people, I think. I mean, why not? I don't know. I don't think knowledge for game development is anything that should ever be gatekept. Any knowledge in general, honestly. Unless it's like, you know, classified knowledge. Like my social security number. That should not be public. But yeah, I don't know. That's just what I think when it comes to that stuff. I think gatekeeping any kind of, like, professional knowledge is stupid. Kill all of the people. Anyways. Yeah, we'll probably be wrapping up stream here pretty soon. I know we didn't stream for that long, but I started very late today. I apologize. Yeah, these are probably the last two things I'm going to work on for this update. I did mention two things down here somewhere. It goes down near the changelog, right? Yeah, we did this one now. And then notification bubbles above tanks. I might explore that, possibly. I'll take a look at that. Close menus with menus by clicking on the right. I'm going to bring the other stuff back down. Yeah, what have we actually done? Where's the changelog? There it is. So we did I need to open GitHub. What do we got in here? Aquarium. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to remember the things I've actually done when I'm not, like, paying attention to them. Like, did I put that in the last update? The thing where you could right-click to close a menu? I can't remember, right? I gotta go look. Just real quick. Added. Yeah, an option to close menu. So I already did the right-clicking on the other version, but now you can click out of them just with the left click. Okay. We fixed a couple issues with the reads. Spend more money. We fixed the playtesting prompt thing. Fix issues where clicking out of a menu in the fishing region would cause you to be unable to cast. So we fixed all that stuff. What else have we done around here? All the translation stuff. Global. Did the stormy weather. Yeah, I will go through the calculate drop rates and rework that a bit. I think that's most of the main stuff that we've done, honestly. Can't really think of any others, to be honest. Did all the thunder stuff. Didn't do anything in the tanks today. Right? I think that's everything. Yeah, I gotta get better about like actually committing stuff on a more frequent schedule. Oh well. Good enough. So yeah, I'll take a look at all these then for sure. Change drops to be rarity % specific. I want it to be like, yeah, where I can just like input the rarity that I picked, right? So I can say like get fish drop, and I can pass in common, rare, legendary, so I can just pick one. Because I don't like how it is now where I don't have control over what type of fish I actually get. Because what if I want to do some kind of like special event in the future where there's like some crazy fish that swims across and it's like guaranteed a rare fish? I want to have the ability to actually request a rare fish for that. So, but yeah, I'll work on all that. Alrighty. Well, I think we'll probably call it there. Because I'm tired and I've been going for long enough. And I gotta go eat. Let's go find somebody to raid. Go find somebody to raid. Jitspo is doing stuff. It's been a little while since we raided Jitspo, I think. Oh, mouse, move. Cricket. Oh no, ads. That's only 30 seconds. Oh yeah, we rated him like yesterday or something, right? Making my own Minecraft. That's pretty crazy. We could raid Proxy. Why not? Anyways, thank you guys for coming into the stream. I appreciate it. I'll be live again tomorrow at 3:30 MDT, or at least I'll try. I always apologize when I don't show up. But yeah, feel free to wish list, lure in, or play the demo. Join the Discord. And yeah, we're gonna go raid Proxy. He is making his own Minecraft. Alright. Also, 2 socks. I apologize. I still haven't like messaged you back about stuff like helping with modeling. I will soon. It's just I've been very busy with nextfest coming up and stuff. But soon. I will try and message you tonight. I just gotta get everything figured out. But yeah. Alright, thank you everybody. I'll talk to you another time. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye everyone. Bye bye.